Hello viewers and welcome to another session of Autodesk Civil 3D 2022. In the last session, we have learned about the points grouping and we already know how to give different styles and labels to the different points group. Now we will learn how to actually create some custom point styles and custom point labels. For that, we access the last lecture, lecture number 5. Here you can see these were the R1, R2 and R3 which were actually the trees. We can access from here as trees. Let's right click and open the properties. Now from the trees we can apply and create a copy. Now we can change the name as 0 underscore point style dash trees. Similarly we can give a specific description. The reason of writing 0 underscore at the start is so that when we want to access it, it is right in the first place. We can write the created by name and the last modifier would be automatically changed each time. Now you can see we can access it in the first place. 0 underscore point style dash trees. Now let's edit it further. Now here we can use some AutoCAD points for marker like this, or we can use some custom markers like this is a dot, plus, multiply and dash sign. Along with that we can add the scale or a circle body right in the center. There are many AutoCAD block symbols already. From here we can choose the shrub number 2. We can give a certain degree of rotation and we have different options for the sizing. We can use a drawing scale, we can use the fixed scale. Here you can see XYZ is 111. We can choose some absolute units as well. I recommend to use the absolute units, like for instance I want them to be of 2 meters. Let's apply and move further to the 3D geometry. Here you can use the point elevation, the flatten points to the elevation. Now we want to flatten the points to vertex extent. Here it is 0 meters. We can even exaggerate the points by a scale factor and we can give a certain value for the scale factor as well. In the display we have these layers. We can create a new layer like trees. We can assign a specific color like this one and hit OK. Now you can see we have this trees layer here. Similarly, we can write as text tree because it will show actually the labelings. We have both layers for the marker and for the label. Now moving towards the summary, we have this basic information like the point style and the marker details and the 3D geometry. Everything that we previously set in the last tabs would appear in the summary. So now we can hit OK or apply and then OK. Now you can see we have a new icon of for these trees. It is from the AutoCAD blocks. These were the custom point styles. Now we will see the custom point labels. We'll go to trees and then properties. This time we will create a copy current selection for the elevation only and we will name it as per our own requirement. Again we will use the 0 underscore technique to create a custom label that could be seen right in the start. So it is 0 underscore label style dash trees. We can assign a specific description and we can name as a created by as well. Then we can hit apply, OK, and see if we have this label already. So it is in the first place. We can select and then edit again. So after that, we have some general options like the text style can be annotative, dynamic dimensions, STSHR, or standard. So we will choose the standard. Then the label visibility could be false or true. True means that it would be visible, and false would be it would be hidden. The next thing would be the layer selection. So we can select anything from here, like the text trees we already created just a couple of minutes before. For the behavior, we can change these values. Then we have some plan readability, so we can play with these features as well. Under the layout tab, we have the point elevation. Here we can give a specific name. Under that, the visibility is true. If we do it false, it would be hidden. Then for the anchor component, we choose feature. The anchor point could be at any specific place, like here it is at the bottom right, bottom center, bottom left. So it depends upon your requirement where you feel it's suitable. Well, bottom center is quite fine, but you can change and play with until you are satisfied with one of the positions. So let's go with bottom left for now. With the bottom left, you will see that it would be overlapping with the point style. But still we will move further, and here we can set the precision, the rounding off. The decimal character could be a period or a comma, and similarly we have these few more options. So let's press OK, and then we have this drag state. We can select the arrowheads from these bundle of options. We can make the visibility as true or false. We can change the color, the layer, and similarly these few more options. Finally, in the summary, we will have the overall effect. So whatever we have done in the last few tabs, we can access from here. Now you can see the borders. If we make the visibility true, we get the borders as well. And the borders could be rounded rectangle, or rectangle. The color can also be changed, like let's choose this one as a yellow. Similarly, here we can choose as magenta or purple, whatever you prefer to say. We can assign a specific location for it. Usually it is by hit and trial error, so we can play with these features and see where it is getting suitable, and then we can select it. Now after applying, you can see it is looking just as we wanted. It is completely custom. It is not as the default preset. Now what we can do, we can hit the save as option, and this time we will change it to lecture number 6 and then save the file to the desktop. Once the file is saved, we can simply cross it out and then complete the session. So this was all about creating the custom point styles and custom labels. Let's call it a day. See you in another session. Till then, take care.